there, friends. Kevin here from the Chord Progression Podcast, the podcast inspiring young rock and metal fans to discover new music. I'll find a place they can connect and feel accepted. On this clip from our episode with Arturo from Arturo Karate, what we ended up talking about was them coming back. What was the reception like? And one thing that Arturo brought up that really resonated with me, and I think is going to resonate with you guys, especially after you hear kind of what we're meaning by it, is now that the band is back and fans might be a little bit older, what does that mean for your live show and presenting that the best way for your audience? Especially you might have an audience that is a little bit older or younger or mixed, whatever it might be. Before I jump in though, if you're liking the podcast, you like these videos, hit the like button down below to make sure you can tell us, hey, we want you to do more of these. And on top of that, just make sure we have a blast doing them and support us and push in the algorithm. If you want to subscribe to the podcast, if you're not already, hit the subscribe button right down here. New episodes every single Tuesday and Thursday from the best bands in rock and metal and the best upcoming ones as well. Reactions throughout the week, and of course our song reactions every single Friday. Without further ado, let's jump to it.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, you never really get used to like fans. Like people are like, wait, you're here to see my band play? Like, really? Like it just, I don't know, maybe it's just me or something, but I've just never gotten used to that, which I think is a good thing. Cause I've never like taken it for granted. So coming back, I think in my head, and I think in the band's head, we thought, well, it's going to be people that again, may have seen us or wanted to see us. So we're thinking it's along our age demographic, right? Maybe mid to late 30s, getting into their 40s. We're going to see those people. They've got to find a babysitter now. And they're going to come to our show, and that's who we're going to see. And of course, that those people are there. But the trippy thing, and again, it's the fans, or the fans that you meet for the first time, is younger people. That has tripped me out. Like meeting someone who's 20 years old, who's like, I just found you guys on like Spotify, and I love you guys. So they had like, in other words, there's people that I had no idea that we were a band whatever years ago, and just like us and just came to the show. It's like, what? Like that just trips me out. Like that, I still can't get my head around that.
Yeah,
like drunk in the parking lot and just like, and just I don't know what tomorrow was going to bring exactly. But yeah, it's a totally different thing. And you have to keep that in consideration. Like I think when I was younger, I didn't think about those things. Like I mean, most of the time I'd have like 2 or 3 beers before I go on stage and then play. Like I never do that anymore. Like that's not even something I mess with, just for the fear of the alcohol drying my vocals out. You know what I mean? So I take it so much more seriously because I know that there are those people that like, hey, you made plans to come see us. Like you made a thing and you got a babysitter or whatever you did, like you're busy and you came and actually got in a car or an Uber, hopefully, and came and see it and saw us. So it's something that I appreciate way more. As a kid, you didn't really get it. It was just like, oh, I'm just playing shows. And now it's like, this is kind of a thing and people are paying to see us and we better give them a good show.
So for all of you that are in bands or artists or trying to perform live music right now, think about what Arturo just said. You know, their age demographic, they know what it is. It's going to be people that are more around their age, late 30s, early 40s. And when it comes to those people coming to see the live show, they have to potentially take care of more responsibilities and to go to that live show. They're going to be more selective to it because they have to get a babysitter to make sure their responsibilities are met, have to make sure their family's needs are met, their kids' needs are met. And when they go to a show, they want to make sure that they're getting the best possible show. So when Arturo talked about when he was younger, you know, like if you were a 20-year-old kid or in your 20s or in your teens and you're just going every single show, you're just going to have a blast. When it comes to the band potentially giving the absolute best performance, honestly, it's not as big of a deal as the best show energy just drive from the crowd. That's really what I think more from the younger side that we really get into. But if you're a little bit older, now you're a little bit appreciation more, it's just towards music. You're not as into the craziness that could potentially come out of these shows. Maybe you are, maybe not, but the majority of what we've seen is as age goes on, a lot more people tend to go away from the pit. They tend to sit in the back with a beer and enjoy the show. And from Arturo's perspective, the band absolutely understanding that is key. And for you guys that are in bands, understanding your audience is key as well. Knowing that if you're attracting those older fans, a lower demographic, they're taking the time to come out with more limited time, with more responsibility they have to cover, and they're going to want to make sure they see a good show, so you want to hit on that. You want to hit on being as present for the show, not having a sloppy performance, everything around there. But when you have a younger demographic in there as well, you want to make sure the energy is high, the passion is high, the drive is high, so the crowd is really getting into it. And if you have a mixed crowd like Arturo Karate does, now you've got to toe that line and see what's exactly going on. And every band should take this into account. Take a look at the crowd that you have that's consistently coming to shows. Of course, you can play 1 or 2 shows that can be completely different, but see what the crowd is like. Have an idea to figure it out, and maybe not go on stage drunk, maybe not go on stage high, maybe not go on stage, with an altered mindset. Go in there as prepared as possible to give the best performance for the older folks that might be in the crowd, if your demographic fits that, but also ready to go absolutely ape crazy and go with full energy if it's full of younger folks. Now, if it's mostly full of younger folks, you're really going towards that energy, and you're having a beer or two before the show, and it's really driving a lot more of that energy flow, maybe some more rack movements from you. Now I get it. Now it makes sense. It all depends upon knowing your audience, knowing what you can do in a live setting to make it the most impactful, not only for the people that are sitting in the back of the crowd watching the set, the people in the pit, the people up front, but just everybody. And I really like what Audio Crowdy did on this one. We talk about even more in the podcast, so make sure you watch the full entire episode. Links are in the description of this video down below. If you like this reaction, hit the like button right here. If you want to subscribe to the podcast, which I want to say, please do. It helps out a lot. Hit the subscribe button right down here if you have not. Once again, podcast comes out every single Tuesday and Thursday with some of the great bands in rock and metal. We also do these reaction videos throughout the week, and of course, Friday song reactions as well. I get deep into Bay Metal on that. No, not Bay Metal. Bandmate on that one, so come enjoy for the ride. Enjoy the ride with us. Yeah. Now I'm starting to just ramble on. So thanks, guys. This is Kevin. I'm out.